Mini chocolate cheesecakes, that's where it's at. This is going to be a problem for some of you. They are so good. You are not going to want to stop at just one. The chocolate cheesecake is amazingly creamy and smooth. The chocolate graham cracker crust adds a light crunch and a chocolate flavor of its own. We'll garnish these beauties with some homemade chocolate fudge sauce that is smooth, thick, and has a beautiful shine for a professional finish. We'll also garnish with some homemade raspberry sauce and some fresh raspberries that'll give that bright contrast of flavor. The recipe is in the description below. Let's get started. We have a little prep work to do. Turn your oven on to 325 degrees, or that's 165 Celsius, and then you need to prepare a pan. I'm using a straight edge removable bottom pan. This actually this comes out much like a cheesecake pan. I will have a link in the description if you're interested in this one, or if you have one, great. This gives you that smooth professional edge when you pull the cheesecake out or when you push it up. It's just an easy release and it's nice and smooth. If you do not have one of these, use a muffin tin, a regular muffin tin. Line it with your paper liners. Chocolate cheesecake is kind of sticky, so you do want to make sure you use these. And then obviously when they come out, you just have to peel the papers off. Either way, they're going to be delicious. Once your pan is prepped, then you can just set them aside. This I'm actually going to butter the sides and the bottom. Now let's start our graham cracker crust. Okay, I have 4 simple ingredients here in front of me. I have chocolate graham crackers, I have melted butter, I have granulated sugar, and I have salt. That's it for the crust. This is about 9 chocolate graham crackers. You can also use any kind of a chocolate biscuit, cookie. I pulsed this in my food processor. You can whack these with a rolling pin in a plastic bag. Whatever you're using, reduce it to fine crumbs like this. The finer the crumbs, the more your crust will stay together and bind together when it's baked. When you cut into your final cheesecake, you want your crust to stay together, not crumble and fall apart. So this is 1 1/4 cups, or that is 125 grams. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. That's 25 grams. This is 1/8 teaspoon of fine sea salt, or you can use table salt. This is 1 gram. And then we have 4 tablespoons of melted butter, or 56 grams. I'm going to give this a stir before I add this in. The salt in here gives a little balance of flavor, and the sugar isn't necessarily for sweet flavor. It is a binding agent, so I would recommend not skipping the sugar. Just pour that butter in. Give this a stir until you have a wet, sandy mixture. So this is a wet, sandy mixture. That's what you want it to look like when you're done. Now it's time to put this into our prepared pans. I have a tablespoon here, so just put a rounded tablespoon in the center of your cup. Then I just go back over and just put a little more in each one, just till you use up your crust mixture. Once you have your crumbs spread out evenly, now you need to press them into the bottom with something that has a flat bottom. I'm using my sanding sugar lid. Don't skip this step. When you're pushing this down, you're binding that crust together. Again, the final product, when you push your fork into it, you don't want it to crumble and fall apart. You want this to stay together. This helps bind all those loose ingredients together. Now we are pre-baking these just 5 minutes, but it gives the crust enough of a set that there's less likely to be a soggy bottom when we bake them. We want to make sure that there's a good foundation for the cheesecake to bake on. So I will be putting this on a baking sheet. If you are using a regular muffin pan, you can skip this step. Bake them for 5 minutes. Make sure you set your timer and then take them out at exactly 5 minutes. I put my pan on a baking sheet because sometimes butter finds its way out the bottom of those little removable bottom pans, and so I do not want butter dripping out of the pan and into the oven. So just in case, I always put it on a baking pan. That was a fast 5 minutes. Okay, I will put these right here until we're ready for them. They smell yummy. Now it's time to make our filling. This is actually pretty simple. I have prepped all of the ingredients, so what you see right here is it. You need room temperature cream cheese. This is 16 ounces or 452 grams. It is very, very soft. That is key to making sure that the texture of the final cheesecake is really soft and smooth. If it is cold, you'll have little bits and pieces in there, and it'll make a very unpleasant texture for your cheesecake. So make sure this is at room temperature. You need your eggs at room temperature, 2 whole large eggs. You'll need 6 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. This is Dutch processed, and this is 36 grams, and it is sifted. Cocoa powder is notorious for being lumpy, so don't skip this step. We're trying really hard to make sure that we have a smooth, creamy texture for our cheesecake, and we don't want any lumps in here, so make sure you sift it. I have some sea salt here, some granulated sugar. I will go over all these measurements as we're mixing. The only other thing that you need to prep is chocolate. You need 1.5 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. You want to chop it very fine, and then you want to melt it. This is 43 grams of melted chocolate. Now we're ready to put things together. Okay, in the bowl of a stand mixer, or if you're hand mixing, a large bowl, put your cream cheese. Again, this is 16 ounces or 452 grams. We're using a paddle attachment, not a whisk. Whisking leads to lots of air, and lots of air leads to pockets. Pockets lead to cracks. That's a no. So, paddle attachment, low speed, just until you see this smooth. Next, add 1 cup of granulated sugar. That's 200 grams. And we'll add our sea salt in now. This is a ½ teaspoon of fine sea salt, and that's 3 grams. We're adding the salt in now. We want it to be nice and dissolved, and the salt is actually a flavor volume knob for the chocolate once we add that in. Let that go until it's smooth and combined. I scrape the bowl down. Next, we'll add our 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder in. Again, that's 36 grams. Cocoa powder needs to be bloomed and dissolved, so it will dissolve in the fat of the cream cheese. That's why we're putting it in now. Mix this until you see it all smooth and combined before we move on to the next step. Okay, this is nice and smooth, but I do see a lot of unmixed stuff on the side of my bowl. This is why it's important to do a scrape down. Look what's on the bottom of the bowl, stuff that has not been mixed at all yet. So you want to make sure that you're doing this a lot. Otherwise, when you go to put your batter into your pans, this is what you're going to find. Now it's time to add our melted chocolate in. Look how nice this is. This is a beautiful chocolate. Okay. Once the chocolate is incorporated, you can see your batter's getting really dark and rich and creamy, smooth, yummy. Now it's time to add our sour cream. This will give us a nice little tang. 6 tablespoons or 90 grams. We'll add a tablespoon of vanilla in. That is 15 milliliters for some lovely flavor. Now it's time for our final emulsion. We will add 1 egg at a time and blend it until you don't see the yellow of the yolk anymore. Make sure it's completely combined, low speed. When you whip eggs, they add air, and we don't want air and fluff in this. We want it to be smooth and creamy. So 1 at a time. I'm just going to add 1 in here. Turn the mixer on low. You don't want to over mix it here. You do want to make sure the batter is coming together and the yellow is gone. And then we'll add our second one in. This batter is smooth and creamy and shiny. Now it's time to put it in our pans. I'm using a scoop. You can use whatever is easiest for you. Just divide it evenly between your paper liners or your removable bottom pan if you have one. Once you get your batter evenly distributed, take something like, I'm just using a little spatula here, and I'm basically just kind of leveling the batter out. You can give it a little tap, a little jiggle, just to make sure that it's kind of level. And now it's time to go into the oven. Once you have your batter settled, smooth, and ready to go, these need to bake for anywhere from 18 to 22 minutes. You'll look for the outer edges being dull and they'll kind of look set. The inside will be jiggly. When we get to that point, I'll show you what the jiggle test looks like. And we just want to get these in the oven for now. So again, 18 to 22 minutes, set your timer. I'm going to do my best to show you what the jiggle test looks like. Pull it out, and the outside edges look set. The inside, you can see it's just slightly jiggly. These are done and they are ready to come out. They baked for 22 minutes. These need to come to room temperature. Just let them sit and rest. They'll continue baking while they're sitting here in this hot pan. Once they're completely cool, cover them with plastic wrap and put them in your refrigerator for 4 hours or up to overnight. And I will see you back here in a little bit. Well, I just took the cheesecakes out of the refrigerator. They spent the night in there. They look amazing. And now it is time to make our chocolate sauce and our raspberry sauce, if you so choose. First, you'll need a small saucepan and a whisk. Into the saucepan, add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 120 milliliters, a 1/3 cup of light corn syrup, that's 80 milliliters, a 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar packed, 50 grams, and a 1/4 cup of Dutch processed cocoa. Make sure that you sift it. That's 25 grams. Whisk this really well until you have it combined. Put it over medium heat and bring this to a light simmer. Once you see it bubbling softly, allow it to bubble and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. This will dissolve the sugar crystals and bloom the cocoa. Now remove it from the heat. You'll add in 3 ounces of finely chopped bittersweet chocolate, that's 85 grams. Add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 5 milliliters, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, that's 1.5 grams. Put the lid on the pan and let your mixture just sit for 1 minute. After 1 minute, remove the lid. Give this a really good stir until you're sure all of the ingredients are smooth and combined, making sure all your little bits of chocolate are melted and everything is smooth. Stir in 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, that's 28 grams. Stir until this is all smooth and combined, and then pour the sauce into a bowl or container and let it sit at room temperature for a dollop consistency. So this is fun stuff right now. I love garnishing. I want you to see this. I am so excited with this chocolate sauce. It is smooth and glossy. I love the shine. It's just beautiful and it tastes amazing. I also made some raspberry sauce. The recipe is in the description. This is one of my favorites, chocolate and raspberries, but there's so many options. So I didn't want to overwhelm you with all the options, but if you want to check this out, I have it in the description. Now I'm going to pop one of these out. I'm going to take the bottom off of this. Just put it on this plate for now. I will be garnishing on this plate, so I'm just going to grab a piping bag and get busy. I have the end bent like that so that no filling went down in the bottom. I'll just lay that down for now. Be as creative as you want. And now put your dessert just like that. And then start in the center and just start squeezing this beautiful sauce. Take it right out to the edge. Put a couple of raspberries on it. And there you have an incredibly beautiful little dessert. So now I get to have a bite of this amazing dessert. I can't wait. Yum. This cheesecake is so smooth. I hear chefs saying like a good mouthfeel. This is an amazing mouthfeel. It's completely smooth. It's just lightly sweet. The chocolate sauce on top is amazing. I really like the crunchy chocolate cookie underneath and that little zing of the raspberry. This is so delicious. I'm completely amazed by this. If you came for the cheesecake, I have a classic cheesecake. You have to check it out. If you came for the chocolate and you love chocolate, I have a great chocolate playlist. Whatever you choose, I will see you in the next video.